point in terms of the
Share price.
However, in terms of the dividends, be prepared that you might suffer for maybe a short while, right? Or maybe for a period of time before it can go back up. When the business is as per normal, I believe they will give back as per normal in terms of the dividends as well.
Because this 6.42 is actually calculated based on last year's dividend amount, which is about 19 cents Sing dollar.
Yes.
Right. So with this coronavirus, lesser people actually come to Singapore. This dividend amount might drop. Okay, maybe to 15 cents, maybe to 10 cents. Who knows, right? But the question to ask ourselves is, hey, do you think this coronavirus will actually pass, will actually solve? Personally, I think that definitely it's just a matter of time. And when this issue actually pass, right, people will still come back to Singapore, right, travel or just transit, and the SATS business will actually go back to normal, and the dividend amount definitely will actually go back to normal as well. It's just a matter of time only. And of course, during this period of time, it's actually a good opportunity for you if you want to invest, right? So after you look into the 2V analysis, right, the V risk rating, we know that, for example, SATS, the risk is actually very low, and you know that you're actually investing in the green cow, the cow with your six-pack, good health, right, giving a lot of dividends, good dividends. Then you want to know, what is the price that you want to invest in, am I right? So is it overvalued, undervalued, or fair value? Because we don't want to actually invest in a good business, but we actually invest it during it is overvalued, right? That would be like good business but bad investment or poor investment. We want to find good business and good investment. Good investment can only be done if you actually invest it when it is undervalued. Right? Of course, you need to do something called valuation. You need to find what is the value of the business for every share. A lot of people out there, if you are not trained, right, you might not able to actually identify what's the value of the business. Right? So that's how VApp again help you as well. So over here you can see this MOS. MOS actually stands for margin of safety. Right? Also means that, hey, how much discount in layman terms, right? How much discount you are actually
repeat after me, I say this. Discount.
Discount. You just type discount.
A lot of people come and ask me, so what's margin of safety? What's margin of safety? Just remember the word discount. If you want to buy something, do you want a discount? And how much discount do you want? Okay, so this is basically the question you gotta ask yourself.
So 24% discount means what? Let's say the value of business, let's say is $1 and you're now paying like 76 cents to buy the business. So you are getting about 24% discount. Okay. Of course, if you actually look in figure that is a minus sign or negative sign, which means that it is overvalued.
That means no discount.
You overpaying the business. So for every $1, you'll be paying like 1.3, 1.4 to buy the business. Right, so we don't want to do that when you are shopping, right? So it's the same thing when you invest, right? You don't want to do that for your investment as well.
So don't need to be confused about the positive and the negative. Always ask yourself, do you want a discount? No, so you always remember when you go over to a shopping center, when they put down sale 50%. Okay, that means there's a sale, there's a discount of 50%. Now nobody will put a sale minus 50%. Okay, so this is where you always look into, when you go into all this investing, similar to shopping, as we go and buy items, okay? So this is why you have to know that when you put our MOS, we want a positive one, we want there's a margin of safety, we want a discount. When it's a negative, that means no discount, it's overvalued. This is what it means.
So you can actually tap on this MOS, okay, shortcut, or you can tap on this V line, okay? Either one is the same thing, right? Just tap on it and you'll be directed, right, to the valuation page, right? So in VApp, we have 6 different types of valuation, okay, and we do not actually, of course, you can actually tap on every single valuation, but do know that not all valuation method suitable to value SATS, right? So we actually pick out the most appropriate valuation method to actually value SATS. In this case, is dividend. Can you see a crown here? So whichever the crown is, drop on, okay, this is the most appropriate valuation method to actually value that particular company. So DIV also means dividend. So the most appropriate valuation method to value SATS right now, okay, at this moment is actually dividends, right? And so let's say you want to know what's about dividend, again, you can just tap on the I and you can learn more about it. Okay, so the price of $2.96, okay, as of yesterday, end of day, right? And of course, currently the share price is 2.6. It's actually again much cheaper for you to buy, and with the intrinsic value of $3.90. Now, how do we actually calculate this 3.9 intrinsic value? Is because we assume we want a dividend yield of 4.8% or close to 5%, okay, which is actually very good. I mean, comparing to your, let's say, your CPF or FD, or right. So it is actually undervalued with a margin of safety of 24%.
Yeah.
Now, because we have a margin of safety of 24%, is undervalued, right? And if you actually invest during this time, you actually get more than just 4.8%. Can you see that? You get 4.8% if you invest at 3.9. Because you actually invest 2.96, you actually get about 6%, which you see earlier, right? So so you actually buy at this price.
You just use a 19 cents. Divide, because you can see the dividend amount over there. Use the 19 cents and divide by
the share price
that you pay. Okay,
then you get
that's your yield on cost.
Yes, the dividend,
the kind of dividend yield
looking at. Okay.
And if you want to ask me to look into SETS, should you be investing now, or a lot of people will be worried because at this juncture to go into SETS, with the changes that's going on, and right now, by today, all the flights will not be entering Singapore, okay, because they're going to stop all the foreign visits and whatever not. So probably still got flights in, but not much, because even SQ, you can see that they're stopping like 90% of the flights. Would SETS be affected? That's the reason why you can see SETS today dropped another more than 10%. There's a reason why, okay, which is why I'm saying that you need to understand the situation, okay, that the business would still be ongoing. I believe the business, yes, it will be affected. You cannot invest just because tomorrow you think the share price would go up. Okay, now this is where you need to understand in terms of this margin of safety. So which means this time around your margin of safety, probably you need much more. Okay, more than a 25% of the margin of safety. Then you would ask me, how much? Right? Now, it all depends on you. It all depends on how much you know about the company. If you say, but I don't know a lot. Okay, if you don't know a lot, wait for 80% margin of safety. See? So, why is it that you say that, oh, but if I wait until 80% of margin of safety, I don't need to buy the company, which is true. But you say you do not know, right? So, if you do not know, you are not confident, you need a bigger buffer. You need a bigger discount. You need more cushion. Right? So in terms of, let's say, how much cushion you need, it depends on how comfortable you are in putting that amount of money. Okay? If you are not comfortable, wait for it to have a huge cushion. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that because it's your money. Okay? So that's why there's no right or wrong. Like, if you look back, I can show you over here, 10 years. Now, for those who have actually bought at, let's say, $3, would you say that they are wrong? Frankly speaking, may not be. Why? Because over the years, since like 2014, 2015, they have collected those dividends, which, at this juncture, they might say, well, this is going to be a short-term reaction. I can actually use this money to buy more stocks, okay? And wait for it to go down even further to buy more. So, of course, at that point of time, they would not know that coronavirus is going to come. So systematically, they will know that this company is still doing quite okay. All right, it's just that there's a Blackstone incident. Will it go bust? I don't think so, because of the risk that we have seen. It is right now at a very low risk, okay? And they have like strong cash. You can take a look over here, okay, whether they have strong cash or not. Now, the key ratios tell you a lot in terms of the company, their situation right now, okay? In terms of the debt to equity, it is only at 0.17. So if you take a look in terms of their free cash flow, you see it's 211 million every year. All right. So if you want to know in terms of this company, they are actually a free cash flow generating company. Add all the kind of free cash flow you will see, 200, 215, 100 plus, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Within 6 years, it's $1 billion of cash. This is what we call the free cash flow. So this company is a very good cash flow generating company that can give you that kind of dividends. That's the reason why you say we base it on the kind of dividends. And their dividend payout ratio, as you can see over here, okay, they pay out more than even 90% already. Yeah. So you can see that 60-70%, they pay out most of their earnings back to the shareholders as a form of a dividends. Now, can they pay you this kind of dividend per share? Frankly speaking, as you can see, the free cash flow per share at 20 cents, they give 15 cents. 20 cents, they give 17 cents. 13 cents, they can even give 18 cents. Why? Because they have been accumulating a lot of cash over the past years. Now, are you going to see that they are going to give you dividend per share as in 19 cents and even going up to 20 cents? I would think for this year, I manage your expectation a little bit, okay? In terms of the dividends, I would expect you to go down. Go down how much? Probably quite significantly. Give yourself a margin of safety that even half, all right? However, this probably half, I tell you, if they can go back up to their normal business, how long will it take? 1 year, 2 years? You can see that your dividends might be quite significant in that 1-2 years if you can fetch it at an even, probably lower price. The lowest they have gone to is about 140 during the subprime credit crisis. Yeah. Now, even at about 260, at this rate about 250, there are things that you can see that, do you put everything in? Probably not. You can do it in tranches. We always say portfolio is very important in VIB. So you put in terms of the dividends, the portfolio, like your tranches. If 10% is going to go into sets, then you put in divide by 3, a bit by a bit by a bit. Okay, so as you continue to work, you continue to save, all right, you continue to put in your money, then consistently you can buy it over the years, all right? Yeah. So probably you can see over here right now, then you might have said, so we talk about sets.
Yeah.
So what other things can we talk about and how useful this VApp is? I will tell you the thing that I really love it is in terms of the screener tool. Yes.
Now, just now I actually go through with you how you can actually analyze, right, or how VApp can actually help you to actually make your investment decision, right? Actually, VApp also can help you to find investment opportunities as well, right? So how? So under this VApp, we have this very wonderful feature called the screener. Okay, very quickly help you to actually screen out good companies at fair value or undervalue for your investment, right? So how? Let's say for example, okay, actually when you come to this screener, right? Let's say I want to add a screener. I just tap on this add screener, and let me just key in V Masterclass. Okay, just create a screener. You can put your name, screener, whatever screener that you want to create. Just create, and you'll be directed to this page. Now there are a lot of things. Okay. Again, VApp is actually suitable for sophisticated investor and for beginner investor. So depending on who you are, okay, you can actually on and off or toggle on and off these criteria yourself. But I'm going to assume all of you here, you are just beginner investor, because since earlier this session, a lot of you say you are number 1, right? You're not really familiar, right? So I will assume all of you here, you are just number 1. For those who are number 2, which means that you already know how to invest, more sophisticated, right? You can actually go and play around the screener yourself. In fact, you take out your VIB 7 steps, right? Just follow the VIB 7 steps to actually build your screener criteria, right? So over here, I'm just going to give you the laziest way, okay, or the most easy way or most convenient way. At the same time, find out good companies at undervalued price, okay? Now, just follow me one by one, right? Okay, for those actually using your laptop or your device, okay? Now, over here, I want you to actually only turn on 3 things. Only just 3 things only, 3 simple things, okay? Margin of safety, V-risk rating, and V-star type. Right? Because just now you actually learned about these 3, right? You learn about the V-risk rating. You're going to find out what are the companies that are high risk, medium risk, or low risk, and what is the business, what's the star animal of the business, okay, the big star, small star, right? And of course, margin of safety. Only open these 3, right? The rest, ignore, okay, ignore, right, for now. And after you select these 3, just click, okay? So you'll be directed into this page, okay? First, you can see select exchange, am I right? So just click on select exchange, and you just select all, okay? Because all these exchanges are the exchanges that you are interested in, am I right? So just select all, okay, and okay. Okay, after that, you can see this thing called the exclude OTC stocks. Okay, just turn it on. OTC stands for over the counter. So what is over the counter? All those businesses that in terms of their business quality, not very good usually they actually list on OTC lah. So again, personally, I avoid investing in OTC stocks, and I believe Pauline as well.
Generally, OTC means they are not so liquid. You can just buy it off the market like that. Okay, there has got to be some private transactions.
Yeah.
So just forget about all the OTC stocks unless you are probably those big players out there that comes up with millions of dollars to have private deals with people, I think.
So but most of you treat you as a normal retail investor, just exclude OTC stocks. Then over here, margin of safety. Okay, you want to invest in a business that has a discount, am I right? So minimum value, okay, 0, right? Maximum value is above 100%. Again, positive figure means undervalued. Okay, now, personally, right, on top of just finding for undervalued businesses, right, sometimes I would like to actually find out business that slightly overvalued. Why? Because those companies might be a good company, but currently maybe the price is not low enough for me to buy it. But I would like to actually put those companies in my watch list, right?
Yes.
Because right now, coronavirus, who knows what will happen to the share price, right? And I don't want to miss those companies out. So your minimum value, maybe you can just maybe set a negative 20, right? So yes, it is currently overvalued by 20%, but I don't mind to just put it in watch list for me to continue monitor. If the share price drop to fair value or undervalue, okay, I can actually invest in, okay, if it is a good business. Of course, maximum value is above 100%, right? I mean, undervalued. Then the next thing we'll look at is V-risk rating. Okay, again, we want to invest in companies that has low risk or medium risk. So we just want to focus on 2 stars and 3 stars. Okay, 2 stars and 3 stars. And the V-star type, okay, the animal type, okay, we want to invest in good companies. Again, Gorilla is the best company in VF. We represent those good companies in VF. For now, I just screen for Gorilla, and I want a 6-pack Gorilla, okay, green Gorilla with good health. Can you see that? So I just click start, and very quickly, okay, I'm able to actually screen I think 6 exchanges, right, out of like thousands of companies at a click of button within like 2 seconds, right? Instead of going through thousands of companies, I need only focus on 289 companies only. Some people might say, hey Alex, 289 is still a lot, you know. Hey, don't worry, okay? I don't ask you to actually go through everyone, right? When you actually find this list of companies, right, first thing I will do is just go through a list and find out which companies that you are familiar, at least you actually know about the company name one, okay? For example, some of you might heard about Asian Healthcare Specialist, or some of you in Singapore maybe heard of Union Gas, right? Malaysia, maybe you actually heard of Magnitech, okay, Lee Han, okay, or Caring Pharmacies, right? This is something that you can actually look at. Or in fact, Pardini, right? And Spritzer from Malaysia, definitely you heard of Spritzer, right?
Mineral water.
Yeah, mineral water, okay, from Ipoh. And let's see, we're going to look at New York, US, right? Let me see some of the, maybe
Domino's Pizza.
You heard of Domino's Pizza?
Yeah.
Right? And let's see what are some companies. A lot of them you might not heard them before, but you have focused on companies that you heard before, right? Let me see. Skechers, can you see that? Have you heard of Skechers? Right, I believe a lot of you will have heard of Skechers, right? And any other companies that I think you might heard of? I think now
Nasdaq. Yeah, Nasdaq should have quite a bit.
Yeah, Nasdaq. Okay.
Just now was
Alphabet. Alphabet is actually
Alphabet is Google. Amazon.
Right. Amazon, right? And Booking Holdings. This is something very, very interesting, right?
You might want to take a look at Booking Holdings right now. How badly are they affected?
Yeah. Okay, let's say you found an interesting company. Let's say Booking Holdings, am I right?
Holdings.
You can just tap on it and quickly analyze the business. Can you see that? Right?
That's why it has gone down from 2,000 all the way to 1,001.
Yes, can you see that for the past 6 months, from 2,000, okay, dropped to 1,000. So it's like drop of 50% in just 3 months time, right?
Yes.
And very quickly, based on what you have learned earlier, am I right? V analysis, low risk or medium risk, okay, Gorilla.
Yep.
Okay, Gorilla, good profitability, good health, good growth.
Yep.
Of course, the companies don't pay dividend, but it's okay because the company is growing very well.
Yes, yes.
And well, actually, this is pretty interesting, huh?
Of course, it's interesting.
Yeah, I'm actually very glad that I actually do this session with Pauline because before that, I never realized Booking Holdings is undervalued.
Booking Holdings is very different from hotels, right? So you can see right now that in terms of the tourism, hotels are badly hit because hotels still have to maintain their hotels, alright? But Booking Holdings, what do they maintain? Okay, they maintain a platform.
Yeah,
they maintain a platform. Yes, will they be affected? The answer is yes. Definitely, they will be affected as well. Okay. However, if you take a look at, I'm not sure whether you have done any bookings with the Bookings Holdings. So you take a look at, in terms of, they have actually their refund policy, non-refund policy. They have actually stated it very clearly. Certain of the bookings is refundable. It's free cancellation. Certain are not. All right. And if you say that in terms of competition, Booking Holdings and Agoda, can I tell you something? Agoda belongs to Booking Holdings.
Yeah.
Yes, okay? So even if they tell you that it's like you can go to the different platforms and go and find, in terms of the hotel stays, actually...
it's the same.
Yeah, they are the same, right?
It's the same.
Yes. So something that you might want to take a look in terms of probably Booking Holdings at this juncture. Yes, the share price is still very high. Okay, we can still take a look. I'm not saying you should go in right now. It's just that sometimes certain companies at this juncture, you should see that they do have a very good advantage. Why is it that I say that I prefer the US stocks as opposed to the Singapore stocks? If you go and take a look, this kind of companies, if I go back to the overview, all right, of bookings.com, you're going to see there are 10 years. Basically, it's just one straight line up. Yes, it goes up and down, but in the long run, it's still one straight line up. If not for this COVID crisis, basically, they are still going one straight line up. So COVID crisis probably, maybe is our once in a lifetime to probably get certain stocks that's undervalued once in every 10 years. As opposed to many of the Singapore companies, if you see, you go and check out DBS, all right? Go and see the DBS. A lot of us, that's why I say a lot of auntie, uncle keep asking me about DBS. Yes, okay. So you take a look in terms of the DBS. If you see over the 10 years, their share price, okay, from $15, all right, it goes up now back to $18. So if you see even Booking.com, they dropped, yes, but did they drop back to 10 years ago the share price? Actually, I wish it.
I was hoping.
Okay, so you can see no matter how much they drop, it's very difficult for them to go back to probably like last time $269. Wow. Because they've grown so much. And what is the kind of growth? After the whole thing is over, the hotels may collapse, but Bookings.com
will still be there.
I believe will still be.
Yeah.
Yes, they will still be holding on to the platform. It's just that how long they can hold on. Okay, right now, yes, their business will be affected. But what they can do is they will just delay, and the loss is very different because they don't have hotels to maintain. Yeah, it's just an Airbnb. Why Airbnb can really refund everyone? Because they have no houses to maintain. They just maintain a platform. All right. So you can see, take a look over here in terms of the key ratio. Okay, what is the kind of gross margin? Is 100%. That's why I say it's 100%, in terms of the gross margin, okay? Yeah. So of course net profit margin, why is it it's only 21%? Because they still have their employees.
Yeah.
Okay.
Marketing
so
expenses.
They maintain a lot of marketing expenses as well as their employees. So which means what happened is they don't have that kind of a raw materials. They just need to probably tell their employees, hey, you know what? Now time is bad, huh? Okay. Let's have a pay cut. They can straight away do this kind of measures to keep their costs low and still continue. And you can see, of course, their debt is very high. Let's take a look in terms of their debt, okay, now at 1.56. So it's something to be aware about because we also want to make sure our risk, is there managing it. Free cash flow, as you can see, they have really huge free cash flow in terms of their cash from operations, 4.8 billion, and their free cash flow is 4.4 billion. So this is something that you need to take note of when it comes to looking at companies. Okay, so this is a very fast analysis, as you can see over here, that with this, I can start to look into companies that I used to be, with this V app, So a lot of people will say, oh, you know what, I have to invest for this VApp. But you know what, if you just invest $1 a day, you see, I can, with the screener, pop this out, bookings.com, something that's really used to be out of my reach. Now I can go back and take a look, put inside my watch list, okay, and monitor it. Okay, over the next few months, I don't know, will it drop some more? Probably. Maybe right now you can't own, like, let's say 10 shares and so on, but 5 shares, 6 shares, then you say, oh, but it's not very meaningful. Never mind, look into something else. Okay, but at least you see that there are certain companies that's really coming down, and something that you might want to hold on, like for example Microsoft, okay, Apple. At this juncture with this, maybe it's an opportunity for you to take note of. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Lau Chen Ho said US market open already. Okay, can. All right. So many of you will be saying, okay, Pauline, where do I see? Do I see here in terms of your teaching, or do I go into see the US market? All right. So how many of you have found this session to be useful? Okay. If you found this session to be useful, can I have a thumbs up?
Thumbs
all right.
up.
Give me a thumbs up. All right. Why? Because we would like to do more of such sessions. Okay, and the next session of this similar sort for the newbies will be on the 26th of March. Okay, 26th of March, it will be on the afternoon session. So if you have friends whom you want to recommend them to actually come on board to learn about this tool, and they can use the 7 days trial, okay, they can come over to learn, create an account for themselves, and then this is a free learning for them to know how to use it and make use of this opportunity. I would say it's a once in every 10 years opportunity for them to screen out the stocks. And then for those who wants to know more, okay, I'm going to share some good news for you. First is this, okay, we are going to have more analysis using the VApp. The next segment, many of you are asking about the REITs, okay. Yes, we are going to do a special segment on the REITs analysis, okay, Singapore REITs analysis, which is going to be in early April.
3rd April.
3rd April, okay? So don't worry, we will be sending out inside the VApp. As long as you subscribe for the V, okay, we will tell you where to go into. Why? Because this one is really for subscribers. People who have subscribed, all right, you can get into all these MOS and so on. It makes sense, you see. Because if you don't subscribe, whatever that we talk about, it doesn't make sense to you. You won't be able to see certain things, you won't be able to find, and so on. So it's for people who really have subscribed, all right? We will teach you all the way to be more efficient in your learning, especially during this period, okay? Don't tell me you are not free, because a lot of people will be very free in the next 2 months. Why?
I don't want to say that.
Yeah, I can tell you some of you are not very free already because you are being forced to take no pay leave. Even in Malaysia, it is very scary because at this juncture, 14 days, can you imagine how many companies would be affected in their sales, in their revenue? It's just a matter of time to know which companies will be the ones affected first. If you are in the airline industry, in the next 2 months, confirm you are very free. In fact, in the next 2 weeks, you are very free. Okay, start to do this, because it will be another source of your revenue. If you have been very busy in your active income, this is the time really to put it down and to create your passive income. If not now, I really don't know when.
Yeah.
Okay, so put it up, and then write it down in the early April week. That's why you see now we have a lot of live sessions, because we know now is the best time. There's so much things that we want to really share with each and every one of you. You see, we have the Q&A session for our graduates. We have our VApp sessions. We have the normal VApp sessions for a special segment, like for example, REITs. And for those who subscribe, we also have a master class for you, okay? As long as you subscribe for the VApp, all right? Don't worry about it. We have a lot of classes for you to teach you how to really use it to the fullest, especially during this period. So the next masterclass would be on the 5th of April. Okay, so 5th of April, we will have a masterclass for you, and it's absolutely free for those who have subscribed for it. As I mentioned, and that one really we will go deep into those who have subscribed. So we will share with you on the left hand side, for those who have actually subscribed, you will see this thing called the masterclass. All right, okay. So you click onto it, okay, you click onto it, you will see the date. All right, so you just register and so on, you will see the date, and for those who subscribe, it's absolutely free. We used to hold it offline, that means you come to our class. Now, because of the COVID, we are doing it online, okay? So you can take care of your safety, you can maintain the social or physical distancing, yet you can still learn how to make full use of this app. Okay, this is something that's very useful. We will run through with you. Okay, so with a lot of repetitive learning, I believe this tool, you will get used to it. You will receive a lot of bubbles in terms of all this information, so you won't be worried, what if I don't get the information? Do you know today how I get to know the FCT drop? Because of the bubble, somebody post up, oh, the Fraser Centrepoint, I'm looking at it, and then I'm looking at it, so everybody is looking at it. So I get a notification, I get to see it. So you can see this is how useful the tool is when you are in a community. You don't need to be afraid, and you don't need to just go into this thing called DBS. Frankly speaking, yeah, I know the banks will still stay. However, you know,
certain companies are there to for the society
yes,
but not for investors to make money.
So if you say that, not that you can't invest in the banks, it's just that I think there are better companies out there. That's my take Okay, like you can see in terms of the malls and the dividends, that's more stable. If you want to go for dividends, you know, I think the Fraser Centrepoint for me, in my take, will be more stable in terms of
the risk is much lower.
Yeah. Alright, so if you want stability, then go for the stability and go for the predictable ones. If you can take a little bit more risk, then why don't you just go for the growth companies? Not here nor there, you see, right? Then you are stuck in a company that can't really grow and the dividends is lumpy. Okay, so that is where graduates, if you want, you see in the V channel, as you can see, we have put in the links for you to click over there. Okay, so if there's any questions, you can still ask in the chat. You can ask in the social bubble, in the V social bubble. Okay, for example, oh, I forgot how to subscribe. Just write it there. We will reply you. Okay, repeat again. We will have the risk analysis for those who have subscribed. The moment you continue the 3 days trial, play around with it every day. What we have gone through, you can watch back the videos and then you do it again. Continue to do this, and then you can come back for the risk analysis. So that one, we will specifically analyze using the REITs, and then you can do even comparison, peer comparison.
Singapore
we will give
REITs,
you the Singapore REITs. We will give you the criteria. Okay, so that one, if you have the SRS, I know many of you have SRS. Okay, and then you want to actually use it for the long term. You are not going to take it out unless you're like 55, 60, I think 60 plus years old. So why not, you can invest into something that's really long term instead of, you know, getting I don't know, you buy treasury bonds is like 2.5%. Okay, you can actually use it to get some of the REITs that's right now quite attractive at this juncture. Okay, get to do this, and we will see whether you want a very low risk one or slightly high risk REITs like the soil build and things like that. Okay, so I hope you have learned something during today. Okay, how long or years will it take for set stock to go to $5? Sanjeev, I tell you, if I can say this, I know when today I don't sit down here already. Alright, I will be in the altar. People will pray me. Okay, yeah. Alright, so definitely we won't know when it will go up to $5. Alright, so please do not think that we know the projection of a share price. We don't know. I only know the projection of a business, how much revenue that they might get. Okay, so this is where we will know. It's just that natural things will take its place. If it continue to be like this, generally people will pay like that, you know. But I won't know that it will pay like that. How long? Alright, so it's a question that you ask Warren Buffett, he also will not be able to answer you. Alright, you ask him, oh, when will Berkshire Hathaway go back to that $330,000 share price? Then he said, you pay for it, you pay a 330K, confirm, got people buy it. Alright, you pay a $5, what you can do is this. You pay a $5, I bought the share at $260, you pay me $5, then the share price will go up to $5. Confirm one. Right? Yeah. Then I will tell you it's definitely coming. You pay me $5. Then confirm the share price will go up to $5. Okay, so this is how it works in the stock exchange. Alright. So this is where just make sure we buy into good business at this juncture. Very importantly, buy into good businesses. Now is the time you really need this, okay, to know the fundamental, because only those with the good fundamentals, with the cash flow, will survive this crisis. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us. You have been wonderful audience, awesome audience, and I see the numbers keep going at about 150, which means you have been playing around with it. For those who have only one device, if you don't have two, you go back and watch the video when you have that two devices, play around with it again. Any questions, go to the VBubble, and I see you in our future masterclass. Okay? Now go to, you can start to now open up the US market already. Okay. Alright, so we will see you, okay, in our next segment. Now I need to also open up the US market to see what is happening right now.
Okay.
Alright,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.